more John Madden Thanksgiving. Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started, and off we go from SoFi. Darius Davis to return it. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. But now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led up by the 6th-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
Herbert's one of these rare quarterbacks that when he is on, he makes this game look effortless and easy. Part of it's his throwing motion that's crisp and clean with great power. And it's also an athleticism. He'll make you pay with his legs, too. Man, he is just a joy to watch.
Herbert on first down. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he has it right near midfield here, except about a yard short. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage, and you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Herbert from the gun. That's him on the quick hitter. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders.
Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Raiders defense goes in the dime for 3rd down. Herbert throwing again. McConkey's got it again. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
1st and 10, Herbert. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
From the red zone on first. Makes the catch. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage against good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Vidal. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
That result right there probably takes the run out of the picture on 3rd and goal. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe this offense is looking at this at 4-down territory. This is where the fascinating mind games go.
Just need 3 now to find the end zone on this first possession. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, And they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Zamir White on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And leading them out, you and I have both covered this guy, Brock, a veteran drafted back in 2013, coming off a career high in passing yards last season. It's Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of careers quite like Geno's. The miraculous second act of his career in 2022 is now old news. And I think it's because of a stubbornness, a stick-to-itiveness, and a competitiveness that few have.
And first carry here for Ashton Genty. And maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And that will not be enough for a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Throwing on third, Smith. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Shotgun give here to Genty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Smith. Throw right side, finds Besh. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Pressure's there, and the Chargers got him. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling-out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Well, this upcoming week, Brock, a big one for all of us here in the Madden community. It is the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Week. Chance for all of us to celebrate our namesake, the impact he's had on the sport we love, across an incredible week of games. It all begins with Green Bay at Detroit on Thanksgiving Day, and it's going to continue all the way through to the bookend. Giants at Patriots, rematch of a couple of Super Bowls on Monday night. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Short pass caught by his tight end. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Throwing on first is Herbert. This is cut downfield by Allen. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Herbert now off the play fake. Pass is caught at the 9. That is an LA touchdown. The Chargers get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With the route, check. Secure the catch, quickly become a runner, check. And finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
14. Raiders, nothing.
Dicker all lined up and ready to put it away. Dylan Laube on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Denty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Smith to the air now. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
And the Raider first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Smith on 1st down. Rolling left side, Bowers has it. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, 2 yards there. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Smith yet again. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
29 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he can do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Genty from the gun. No big play this time, Brock. That stop made right at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Smith setting the throw. Pass caught, 9-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
Design quarterback run here. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders lower the deficit to a single possession. Geno Smith with a touchdown. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, KQB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Defense.
Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker, and because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Catch made left side by McConkey. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Up the middle, Vidal. Shoots away from one. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
You know what I call that play, Caden? I call that a confidence injector. It just injects belief in that O-line, that running back, and most importantly, that play caller knowing he can call a run and he can get a first down too.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. And you just get the play off. Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Raiders come through with a big play to close out our opening quarter. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. The Chargers have an early lead. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They have it following that interception on the final play of the first quarter. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
First down, Raiders.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And off to Genty. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another give here to Genty. And he's going to have this one down in the 37. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
13 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
Oh, that's such a good feeling as a quarterback on an RPO, and you get to hand it, and you get to watch him take off. You know if you take advantage in the RPO game of a run like that, it only makes the pass that much better.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Out left, and Lockett makes the ground. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Raiders.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Brought in by his back here. It's Genty. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 8 and the 10-yard line.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing from the gun. Smith lost it. Picked up by the Chargers. Only a little bit of a run after he recovered the fumble, but their offense is going to be happy as they take over possession.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the off-season. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard. It's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That's completed right side. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Back-to-back rounds here for Allen. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Connects with his back. Kimani Vidal. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Herbert throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
14 yards. That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Running with Vidal out of the gun. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
Run down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Herbert from the gun. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And it doesn't fall into the breadbasket. Incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now a 4th down, staring right at him.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Dicker connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Kate, I call that a win-win in the 1st half. You win on the scoreboard, obviously, by adding 3 and adding to your lead. But you also win mentally, making your opponent know if they make a mistake, you're going to capitalize.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's White on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Raiders and running back Ashton Jency headed back out there. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. First call here coming from the shotgun. They send a man in motion. On first down, here's Smith. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
To Trey Tucker. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Blitz coming for Smith. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. All set to go now from the 35. Smith on first down. Connects on the crosser. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know, they say you never go broke taking a profit. Just find that completion. And it may not be a Benjamin, but even those little dollar bills start to add up.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Play action. Here's Smith. Throwing left side. Bowers has it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That right there, Kate, that just shows the level of preparedness this defense had coming into the game. They recognized the jet sweep from the start, and they nailed it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Smith. Chargers think they have it, and they do!
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The Charger offense making its way to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. A turnover. Throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
A gain of 47 on the play. And the Chargers first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And oh, he got it! Interception!
You know exactly what I don't like there, kid. It's only 1st and goal. You got a couple more plays in your pocket to get in the end zone. Instead, the ball in harm's way on your very first crack, and now that defense has an opportunity to bail themselves out exactly what they just did.
The Raiders have their offense back out there. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, gotta play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a third consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Giving this to Genty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Finding a more aggressive call on second.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Here comes A.J. Cole back to the field for a punt. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. First and 10 from the 32. Herbert now off the play fake. It's on the in route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
19 yards. And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. Chargers currently on top here at SoFi. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Throwing on first is Herbert. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Now Herbert again. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one does not go far.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
3rd down, they need 7. They'll air it out on 3rd. To the right, pulled in by McConkey. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Dicker connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's White on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Raiders headed out on offense. Little time remaining in the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the second. And it is enough time to put something together. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Rough start to this set of downs. Now 14 to go on second. Smith to the air now. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And the Chargers get home, and they drop him. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A.J. Cole on the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Chargers and receiver Keenan Allen making their way back out. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Raiders take possession of their own 43-yard line.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did. His 3rd and at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
The Raiders going to get the football one final time in the first half. And they'll need to be judicious in using that final timeout, Brock, but they still could put a scoring drive together before the break. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Smith back to throw. We go to Genty on the dump off. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Throwing is Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
He was defended by a Tuli Logan.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up fourth down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. The dangerous Darius Davis on the return. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. Tackle made right around the 26. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's White on the return. Escapes the defender. This makes it up to the 25. Out come the Raiders. They'll have it first to begin the third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Smith. It's a screen play to Genty. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
You know, so often we hear of a pass and catch downfield taking timing and anticipation. Well, the screen is actually something that takes a lot of practice reps. There are so many moving parts, from the lineman to the running back to the timing with the quarterback. That's well done.
Throwing on third, Smith. Completed to his running back. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back still doing it to this day.
Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Motioning left is their running back. Smith setting to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
This defense been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Get some space around midfield. So 3rd and 16, no problem for him as they get the first.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
They give up their guns. It's Genty. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. A casual fan, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did, too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Pressure comes. Smith. Complete out to the right. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Vegas, 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
On 1st down, Genty. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Here's Smith. Complete left side to Thomas. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football. And once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Chargers sending out a dime look here ahead of this 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the first.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
42-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
Nice to pay off any drive with some points and able to trim the lead slightly there the first time out in the 2nd half. And even if they can't get into pole position, they just want to keep this thing close.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Chargers and receiver Keenan Allen making their way back out. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Herbert, quick out wide, complete. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Man in motion here. On 3rd and 2, Herbert. That one's nabbed by Allen. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's Vidal on the give. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Raiders with an extra DB out there. 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. That one's good to McConkey. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Vidal. And his fight good enough to gain about 4. It's 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. That force, that contact separated the man from ball.
The Chargers field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's White on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First call here coming from the shotgun. Now it's Genty. He dodged the tackle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's a Vegas first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Back to Genty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
To the air on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Genty on the give. He's headed right. Nice vision to see some room up the middle there. He nets him 9. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. On the ground with Genty. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation. Just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
To the line and set. Here we go. First down. Now Smith. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. So nothing but a pair of field goals added to the board as we arrive at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Raiders football, and they'll need to get to work. They're trailing here late. Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. So in the lead, they'll give it to Genty. They call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Brought in. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the 1st and goal.
I love crossing routes versus zone defense. Those zone defenders are dropping to their spots. And with all of that horizontal action, they often get lost in zone coverage just like that.
Here's Genty. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And he mitigates the damage by falling on it, but still a loss on that play. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone. And now I'm really curious. It's one of those moments, Kate, where they put the ball back in his hands, trust him again to hold on to it, and maybe go get that touchdown you know he so badly wants.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Smith. And he scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders now within 1 score in the 4th. Geno Smith with a touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good creative quarterback, one that can extend the play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders get it back to within 6.
23. Raiders 17.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points. Returning it from the 4. Shoots away from one. And he's stopped on the run back of the 27. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. He just keeps finding McConkey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
There's a give to Vidal. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they come, second down. Now Herbert to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They give right side to Vidal. He cuts it towards the sideline. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers go up by 12 in the 4th. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there.
Yeah.
Because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Now Herbert and the Chargers going for 2.
The Chargers will
Flying forward on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down to the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot.
And that is teaching tape for that.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Laube with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. And go play fake here with Smith. Finds him over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Smith. Gets everything he has under this one. And it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. And that sets up 3rd down. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. He's looking deep once again. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down.
The ability to track the ball. Right, ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth. Desperation time here. This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. What a play on fourth down. Give him the first after a gain of 27.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Smith on first down. That's big. Fighting his way through, but he lost the football. And the Chargers think they have it, and they do. And they're going to give a couple yards back on the return, but I don't think they care much, Brock, because they're going to take over on the fumble. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Allen bringing in another one. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. Rydell on the carry. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. Coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Offense to the line, 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
There's no negatives ever on the grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Nickel set here from the Raiders, 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Johnson finds the football, complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Rydell running to the left. And he's going to gain about 3 yards as they bring him down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run for Vidal. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That one gains 7. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
That's another Chargers first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Play action now for Herbert. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Raiders have some new life in the 4th.
Kate, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
Smith on 1st down. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked up Cam Hart. And he's making a house call. Pick 6 for Los Angeles. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers go up by 19.
36, Raiders 17.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Laube with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And any comeback hopes they may have been entertaining, Brock. Well, they might have left the field after that last pick 6.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty incredible things happen in the 4th quarter before, but now a 3-score game coming off of a turnover. Yeah, this one should be likely over.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Now Smith coming off that pick. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel it in.
Number 89, a 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Let's build this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Raiders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. 3rd down, and they need to get 10. To the air on 3rd and long. And that's complete. Here's Thornton. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
And the Las Vegas 1st down.
From the gun, Smith. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12.
Raiders 24.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. First and 10 from the 43. Running with Vidal out of the gun. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Kate, you really do love those 5-yard gains on first down. You know what it kind of feels like? It kind of feels like making pars on the golf course on the par 3s. And now, on the par 5s, you can go let it rip.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. There's a dive up the middle. And he's going to look ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
3rd and just 2 to go. This is Vidal. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact of the play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, it's certainly more exciting for all of us to watch too.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Line up the design keeper. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.
Four.